All right, good morning, Ibadan. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning to everyone anywhere you are listening to. The program is the Podium on 32 FM 94.9, 4th floor, Cocoa House, Dugbe, Ibadan. Standing in for Oluwaseun Hezekiah Kirinde. My name is Chike Obogo. On the podium this morning, we shall be looking at some issues. What happened on the 18th of August 2021 at the Mokola end of Ibadan? Why was there a protest? A young boy was killed. Who's this young boy? What happened to him? Was he an armed robber? Keep your fingers crossed. I'll be having some guests that will be dissecting these issues with me. During the week, I went out. I went to, find out the hidden truths about the killings at Mokola. I would also have a guest later on. We'll be looking at the Afghan takeover of Kabul. What are the implications to the Nigerian state? You'll see us there. Watch us live on 32FM 949 Ibadan, on YouTube and on Facebook at 32FM 949 Ibadan. The Podium on 32FM 94.9. Don't go away.
We love ourselves and unite and do something good.
Welcome back. That was Nico Mbaga there. Remember that guy who sang Sweet Mother? The song is Love and Unity for Africa by Nico Mbaga there. The program proper. The governor of Oyo State, Engineer Sheyi Makinde, charged the Western Nigerian Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, to always follow the directives from security agencies. The governor said this at the passing out ceremony of the 1,500 Pioneer Corps members in Oyo Town last year, November.
We're here to witness the passing out parade of the pioneer members of the Amotekun Corps. The Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, is an independent outfit. Members will answer to the state governors, but they will be working with the federal security agencies. We are coming together to fight a common enemy. That enemy is not Nigeria. The enemies are the elements among us and their affiliates who are determined to cause commotion within our state's borders and threaten our peaceful coexistence. Therefore, let me state that you, 1,500 pioneers of the Amotekun Corps, that you must remain excellent examples in service. You are to work for the people. You are not called to harass or intimidate the people. Instead, exhibit the highest level of professionalism in the discharge of your duties. Remember that there are limits to your authority and always follow directives from the chain of command. Some of the primary functions of the Amotekun Corps, as authorized by law, include collaborating with and assisting the Nigerian police and other security agencies in gathering information. They will be involved in crime prevention, in investigation of crime, arrest and prosecution of persons suspected of kidnapping, terrorism, destruction of livelihood, criminal damage to property, cultism, highway robbery on major roads and remote areas. Members of this corps will be drafted to all the 351 wards in Oyo State. They will be our own community police so that their presence will be felt everywhere in Oyo State. This ensures that offenders are quickly identified, arrested, registered, and promptly handed over to the nearest police station or post.
All right, that was the governor, executive governor of Oyo State there. He told the Amotekun Corps, then in Oyo, he said, you are not called to harass or
relate with other security agencies.
And today, we're here to witness the passing out parade of the pioneer.
That was the commandant there. How far has this promise been kept? How far has this promise been kept? On Wednesday, the 18th day of August 2021, residents of Mokola, a commercial hub in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, woke up to the death of a 16-year-old boy who was later identified as Peter Okafor. He was alleged to have been a member of a robbery gang that was given a chase and shot dead by the men of the Western Security Network, Amotekun. Mokola youths staged a protest against the killing. Roads were blocked. If you moved out that day through the Parliament Road, it was blocked. What really transpired? Who killed Peter Okafor? Was Peter one of the robbers being pursued from the Alaro end of the Polytechnic Ibadan Road through to Leventis Mokola area? I traced the home of the deceased. Lo and behold, it was an atmosphere of mourning. I met his mother and the siblings. Mrs. Okafor spoke with me.
My name is Ifoma Okafor. I'm a mother of Peter Okafor. I'm staying for Mokola. Peter go to work. He used to go work every night. He's a printing press boy. He go night, day before yesterday, and I'm aware of the work. She told me before he leave home. As he go to work, then work with his oga till 2 o'clock in midnight. Then before of them, then go buy food for down there. They meet Omoteko people, then kill my boy for nothing, because the boy is not a thief. He's not anything. You don't hold anything. Just hold the money where you won't use to buy food. Because the work where this boy they go since 2018, then they look for my husband. My husband go work, she no come back with Okada. And if this boy go night, is the SS3 boy. He dey do work for hand. And after the school, she will go work. After she work the paper where they work, he will come and give me money for food and the engineer ones. Immediately when they call me for this place, I run go outside there around after 2, and me too I hear the gun 3 times. Parara parara parara. I say wetin happen for Mokola? I be thief enter Mokola. Within some minutes they knock this door. Mommy Peter. Omoteko don shoot Peter. Omoteko don shoot Peter.
Did you hear that story there? Very pathetic story, right? We'll get to talk more about this after this break. Don't go away. It's still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9.
32 FM
94.9.
Àkókò mìíràn tún ti tó pẹ̀lú ìsọjí ọlọ́jọ́ méje tíjọ Christ Mercy International Ministry aka Mercyland ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àkòrí Ọlọ́run ṣonígbọ̀wọ́ mi ọjọ́ 21 21st sí ọjọ́ 26 26 ongongo nìsọjí ó máa wáyé o ọjọ́ 27 27 ó nìṣòru aago 5 rọ̀lẹ́ títí dago 8 láṣàálẹ̀ àwọn tí ó ṣiṣẹ́ ìránṣẹ́ ó ní prophet Olúfẹ́mi Òní prophet Paul Abiodun prophet Ṣẹ́gun George olùgbàlejò ní prophet Mayowa Fèyíjì ìtúsílẹ̀ ìdáǹdè ọ̀nà àbáyọ nínú àdúrà ìsọjí ọlọ́jọ́ méje yìí Christ Mercy International Ministry aka Mercyland wà ní number 36 Babalọlá Òbísẹ̀sán Street off Ansarudeen Ọ̀sán-Sàmì Ìbàdàn 08077309381 àti 08137888512 Jésù lolúwa.
ṣé ilẹ̀ lélẹ̀ ní àbòdù ẹja ó yé mi náà lẹ́nu nígbà mo débẹ̀ ń jẹta mo ní wọn á tún fi hàn wọ́n náà gbo ìgbà táwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ta rẹ̀ fún mi wájú ọlọ́run àtẹ̀yàn kò sí nǹkan kan tọ́jọ́ mọ́ báyìí lórí rẹ o inú ẹ̀rùn lọ́rọ̀ àánú wọn àgbẹ̀ inú ẹ̀rùn mọ́ra àbájọ ọgbà àgbọ̀njù lọ fẹ́ pa ọ́ mo ti ní kó já lọ sọ́dọ̀ Dynabix Homes and Properties àwọn gẹ́gẹ́ ní ànilẹ̀ tó jójú lówó tí kì í ṣe nura bí irú eléyìí tọrọ yìí. ajé o.
Dynabix Homes and Properties ló kórè.
àwa là ń ta Treasure Estate tó wà ní Ìdó Ológun Ẹrúwé 650,000 naira ní plọ̀tì kan Victory Estate phase 1 alábàtà mọ́níyà ńbàdàn 800,000 naira ní plọ̀tì kan o Victory Estate phase 2 alábàtà mọ́níyà ńbàdàn bákan náà 850,000 naira ní plọ̀tì kan o. àǹfààní wà fún sísan díẹ̀díẹ̀ láàrin oṣù mẹ́ta nílé iṣẹ́ Dynabix Homes and Properties àmẹ́ máa wá sílé iṣẹ́ wa fún àsọjẹ́ tó ń ti àjọsọpọ̀ eléyìí tó gún mọ́ fún sísanwó ọ̀hún ẹni tó bá sanwó lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà gbé tán ó máa gba báàgì símẹ́ǹtì 5 á sì tún ṣe corner piece fún lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Dynabix Homes and Properties a wà ní Prime Time Plaza ọbalẹ́sìlọ́yẹ̀ phase 2 lójú ọ̀nà tó lọ sí free Ìbàdàn 0904-779-7352 0818-841-8137.
Snowcap Premium Drinking Water omi tó mọ́lọ́lọ́ tí ò lábùkù ó dára lẹ́nu kí kọsẹ̀ lọ́nà ọ̀fun inú ìmọ́tótó tó péye láti pọn omi Snowcap Premium Drinking Water nínú ilé lóde àríyá nínú mọ́tò lọ́fíìsì àti níbi gbogbo omi Snowcap Premium Drinking Water ní kẹ́ ẹ máa mu ó wà nínú ike àti nínú ọ̀rá bottled and sachet package àjọ NAFDAC ló ń tẹ̀ pé ká máa mú lọ kò séwu pẹ̀lú nọ́mbà C19309L a sì ń fi alágbàtà káàkiri Nàìjíríà Amas Food Limited ló ń pọ̀ omi Snooker Premium Drinking Water a wà ní Tọ̀nàdé Industrial Park Abaudo Tọ̀nàdé off kilometre 12 Ọ̀yọ́ New Express Road Akinyele Local Government Ìbàdàn 0805 106 0232 tàbí 0803 400 0105 ẹ sì lè méèlì wá sí amasfoodlimited@gmail.com. Snooker Premium Drinking Water omi tó fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀ ni.
In order to matter, matters of the state must matter to you.
If some people are crying that they are in darkness, they should go and hold those who vandalize the installation.
Let me say that the political crinkle.
Stay tuned to politics on 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back. Are you following this story? It's still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. You can follow us on Facebook, watch live on Facebook and on YouTube. The handle is at 32FM 949 Ibadan. We're live in the studios here. I was telling you the story of a certain Peter Okafor. You heard his mother there, right? The young woman was distraught. She doesn't know where her husband is for the past 3 years. A bike rider, a commercial bike rider, who left home and has not been seen. And then she woke up on the 18th of August 2021 to the death of the only boy who is like her husband and a breadwinner. I spoke with the commandant. Immediately I heard this of the Amotekun Corps, retired Colonel Olaniyan Layonju, on Wednesday morning. He gave his own side of the story. It's a phone call interview. Listen carefully to the commandant of the Amotekun Corps in Oyo State.
I want to call attention to what's happening there. We are robbing people around Alaro bus stop. That's close to police in the interior. My men went there, 615. Police 615. Where the robbery is happening is in the interior where vehicles cannot access to the my boys dismounted and they went in. They met some people, the villagers, the residents. Some of them were shot, and then the resident pointed out that this was the direction through which the escape decided the security personnel. The vigilantes around that area pointed out that they sighted 4 men running towards the side now, running towards the 11th. That was around 2:30 this morning. What they are saying now is that the one that was one of the robbers that was shot, that he was working in a printing house and he came out by 2 to go and buy food. You are doing due diligence. We need to interrogate that.
The commandant established the fact that one of the robbers that was shot was claimed to have gone to buy food at the Mokola end, according to the community. Hence, I walked into that community. With me in the studio this morning, the mother of the deceased could not make it. She's still in a very distraught mode. I have the elder sister, the immediate elder sister of the deceased boy. Her name, Okafor Ogechi. She's with me here in the studio. I also have the head of the vigilante of the whole of Mokola area, the CSO, the Chief Security Officer of Mokola Axis. His name, Muhammad Mustafa Muhammad. He's also known as MM. The boss of the young boy, who, according to the family, works in a printing press. We'll still have him in the studio soon to tell the story. A representative of the youth in Mokola area, Nkechi Cyril, is also here in the studio with me. Let me start with Okafor Ogechi. Okafor Ogechi, how is your mom doing?
She's better today, but she's still not feeling fine.
And how are you taking it? You have your younger brother, your immediate younger brother. You can't see him again. What really happened? Tell us the story.
Okay.
Can you speak up a little bit?
Yes. On Wednesday, that's 2 a.m. in the morning, some set of guys and a lady came to our house, started knocking that wọ́n ti pa Peter, wọ́n ti yìnbọn mọ́ Peter, àwọn Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn. So we even thought it was thief. We started hiding our phone and all that, only for my mom to open the door. The lady started shouting again that we should come to the spot. So when I ran to that spot, because I left my mom, I ran to that spot and I met my younger brother lying down on the floor with the mindset that once I get there, I'll just tap him and he's going to stand up back. Only for me to check his head. He was shot on his head, not even at the feet or anywhere. So I had to check.
Where was he at that time of the night?
Okay, that very night.
Yes.
That was Tuesday night.
Yes.
He told everybody it is not even the first time he's going to do night, and it is not even a year or 2 years he has been doing that night work.
What night work was he doing?
Printing. They do bag, all this handbag and all that.
Jotters, books.
Calendars. It is not even. So that night, he told us that after eating in the night, he told us that he wants to go for a night walk. Everybody, we are not surprised because it is a normal thing. So he went. God.
And he never came back. He was shot.
So
in front of a popular betting company, a lotto company there, he was shot at the Uncle Joe axis, right?
Yes. So that's when I got there, and some guys were already there. So I had to look at the back. My mom already fainted at the back. I ran to that place back again to revive her back. So those set of Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn people passed again right beside my mom to that spot, and they wanted to carry the body of the deceased. Mokola youths, that's the guys, stopped them, stood there and told them that they are not going to carry the corpse. So they left. So now I'm surprised that they are still denying the fact that they did not even, because according to some radio stations and some TV stations, that did not even come there to ask some question. Neither did they come there to ask the boss any question. They just go on air and say whatever they like, which is wrong.
I know you are not in the right frame of mind now. Peter has gone, right? And you're not stable now. Let me go to the CSO, the Chief Security Officer of the Mokola axis. But before we go there, let's go on this break. I still have with me Okafo Gechi here, and I'll be speaking with Muhammad Mustafa, MM. He is the head of the security at the Mokola end. What happened that morning? He was there. He will tell us his story. Stay tuned.
ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí o ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa nílé lóko lẹ́yìn òdì. Orúkọ tèmi ni ẹnjìnìà Tósìn Ṣítù, aláṣẹ àti olùdarí iléeṣẹ́ Design Bricks Homes and Property. Mo fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin oníbàárà wa nílé lóko tẹ̀ ń bá wa ralẹ̀. Èèwọ̀ ọmọlúwàbí wa tí a fi ń ta ilẹ̀ fún kò yẹ̀ síbẹ̀ o. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí a máa gbèrú sí àdẹ́pẹ́ fúnra wa.
Àmín. Ilẹ̀ rírà ti dìrọ̀rùn. Design Bricks Homes and Property ló ní kó wá ṣàlùbáríkà ilé kíkọ́ kí ìwọ náà kúrò lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mìrẹ́ǹtì kó di láńlọ́ọ̀dù ara rẹ.
Ní Design Bricks Homes and Property wọ́n gbà kéèyàn máa sanwó lẹ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí 5,000 sókè. Wọ́n fún yàn ní blọ́ọ̀kù àti sámẹ́ǹtì téèyàn ó fi kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ foundation náà. Kódà tó fi mọ́ red copy sọ́fìn lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ àti pabambari ti free roofing ìyẹn bíbánikanlé ẹni lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́. Ìgbà ọ̀tun lóde yìí o ìwọ náà tètè kàn sí wọn láti ra lẹ̀ tiẹ̀ láwọn estate wọn tó wà ń Ìbàdàn, Abẹ́òkúta, Ṣàgámù, Mòwe àti Níjẹ̀bú. Ìwọ sá ti pè wọ́n sórí aago wọn 090-393-75110.
Àjọsọ àtàdéhùn bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
Màsí kọ́kọ́rọ́ kù sọ́jí ṣùgbọ́n.
Ìrẹ́wọlé dé. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Royal Links International Services kórèdà sílẹ̀ mọ́ẹ́. Ilé-iṣẹ́ tí ń ranni lọ́wọ́ láti lọ sí ilẹ̀ òkèèrè. Bóyá láti lọ ṣiṣẹ́ work abroad tàbí gbafẹ́ ìyẹn tourism. Wọ́n bá ní ṣètò gba visa àti àwọn ìwé ìrìnnà travelling documents pẹ̀lú bookings lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè tí ó wù ọ́ bíi USA, Canada, United Kingdom, Turkey, Dubai àti Shanghai countries. Ilé-iṣẹ́ yìí gbòǹtẹ̀ ìjọba CAC rẹ̀ yóò tẹ̀ ọ́ lọ́wọ́ kí o tó sanwó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò sí rọ́ńbẹ́. Owó ìgbaniwọlé application fee nìkan ló san tí wọ́n sì bá ọ ṣe gbogbo ètò tí visa rẹ̀ ó sì tẹ̀ ọ́ lọ́wọ́ kí o tó sanwó. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Royal Links International Services wà ní 3rd floor Car Care Building Asunlẹ̀ bus stop Mọ́kọ́lá Ìbàdàn. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní 07087410310 tàbí 08061174041.
ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ìròyìn ayọ̀ ni mo tún mú tọ̀ yín wá o láti ilé ìtajà Living Proof Supermarket. ẹ̀ ń bi mí pé kí ni bẹ́ẹ̀ là á bi ni o. ilé ìtajà Living Proof Supermarket tún ti ní ẹ̀ka tuntun mìíràn nínú ọgbà ilé ẹ̀kọ́ Leeds City University Old Mart and Pharmacy nílùú Ìbàdàn. ní báyìí ẹ lè wọlé ra èyíkéyìí nínú àwọn ọjà wa bíi oúnjẹ aṣaralóore, beverages, toiletries, beauty products àti àwọn nǹkan èlò mìíràn pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn lówó tí ò ga jara lọ lẹ́ka tuntun ilé ìtajà Living Proof Supermarket tó wà ní Leeds City University Old Mart and Pharmacy. bákan náà lẹ tún lè ra àwọn ọjà wa lónìrànràn láwọn ẹ̀ka ilé ìtajà wa tí ń bẹ ládojúkọ Maniac Fueling Station Ológun Ẹ̀rú Ẹlẹ́yẹlé Ìbàdàn tàbí LP Plaza Ayégún Ọ̀lẹ́yọ̀ Road Ìbàdàn. bẹ́ẹ̀ la sì wà ní former Pinnacle Building Challenge Road Ìdíodò bus stop Fẹ́lẹ́lẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. ẹ lè pè wá sórí 0803-545-7120 tàbí 0815-466-4418 nílé ìtajà Living Proof Supermarket ra ohun púpọ̀ lówó tí ò ga jara lọ.
Allow me to enjoy myself. Everything you put your hand go up.
Ìjẹ́ ìwọ ń gbìyànjú tiraka láti wá ọ̀nà ọ̀la tí yóò sì mọ̀ gbèrú sí i. àbí ilẹ̀ tòun ti ilégbèé tó yáàyè lágbègbè tó fini lọ́kànbalẹ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. a jẹ́ wípé ilé-iṣẹ́ Headstone Realty ló yẹ kó máa ní tààrà nìyẹn o. ilé-iṣẹ́ Headstone Realty nìkan ni ilé-iṣẹ́ tó fini lọ́kànbalẹ̀ nínú kání ilẹ̀ tàbí ilégbèé tí ò ní pa nínú. bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ ni wọ́n tún bá ní ìpìlẹ̀ ọ̀la tí kì í tán lówó tí ò ga jara lọ. a yàtọ̀ gédéǹgbé sáwọn gbàǹtú ẹ̀yọ̀ láti ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́jú 14 péré lẹ́ẹ̀fi wa ọkọ̀ látòrí títí ọlọ́dà tó ń yọ̀kùlùlù dórí ilẹ̀ wa Fort Residence tó wà ní New Moniya nìbàdàn. pẹ̀lú àsansílẹ̀ mílíọ̀nù kan náírà ìwọ náà lè di onílé onílẹ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn tí ó sì máa san ìyókù lọ́nà tó rọrùn fún ọ. ẹ yára kàn sí Headstone Realty lónìí ní àjà kẹfà Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn tàbí kí ẹ pè wá sórí 0812-000-0554. Headstone Realty ilé iṣẹ́ tí ń ràn ní lọ́wọ́ láti pèsè ọ̀la tó fini lọ́kànbalẹ̀.
When the people became silent,
the government became oppressive. It's time to lend your voice to politics.
On 32 FM 94.9.
Welcome back. It's still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. The station where joy resides. Have you been following the story? Mohammed Mustafa is the chief security officer of the Mokola Axis. He knows what happened that night. He wants to tell us his own side of the story. It's good to have you again on the Podium this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Chief.
Your men and yourself were out that cold night.
Exactly.
And then you saw a boy in cold blood. Peter Okafor was in cold blood on a cold night. What happened,
Thank you, Mr. Chike. First of all, I appreciate Oyo State Governor, Pastor of Excellency Chief Makinde. He has done so much well. In fact, kudos to him. He's one of the best governors in Oyo State. What he has done, he tried to protect the life and the property of this citizen of Oyo State. Thank you, and I also appreciate Mokola Youth for their mutual understanding and discipline. That night is sad night. Sad. They call me around that kind of after 10 minutes after 2 a.m. I was on patrol with my men. That there's a gunshot. Meanwhile, before they call me, there's a gunshot. We are looking where the gunshot coming. One was shot at the back of Guru Medical. Then I have to run towards the venue where the incident happened. On getting there, it is sad. and shed tears. A young boy who has been struggling for the family. We all know him. He's a nice boy, easygoing. He don't make trouble. On the ground with a gunshot. On the right head of the body. What happens? The organ and everybody, the eyewitness, even the security men there, they testify that Omateku was driving towards Uncle Joe with a speed. These people now, trying to escape, chasing them with vehicle. Other boys ran into the next street, but this guy fell down. Even in the body, the knee is still feeling. They dropped down and shot that boy for no reason. The security men around there saw the vehicle. 112. Only the K.
You said what's the number of the
112.
012.
012. Only the K.
You verified that number?
Yes.
On that truck?
Exactly.
012.
012.
Onireke?
They should produce it. Even if the Fidelity Bank want to be sincere, because there's a light, they have CCTV camera.
Oh, there was a CCTV camera?
Yeah, focusing on that side.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a proof. Mokola we have Tribale, Ibiratapa.
Now, the story is this.
So we live in a peaceful way. No crime free.
The story is this. That this young boy, according to the community, according to the mother, came out to buy food from the printing press.
That is true.
Where do they sell food at Mokola?
They sell food around roundabout.
Around roundabout?
Right, very close to Uncle Joe.
Okay.
People sell food. The life of Sunnyville that time is still continue. And we are
I know those days of Sunnyville.
Yes, those days of
Mokola used to be very, very, very busy.
Everywhere people coming.
It's still like that till today?
Yeah.
Sometimes I move around at night. And
remember when you visit us?
Yeah.
To see
whether you're working or not. Yeah, I saw you there.
And witness it.
Yes.
It's peaceful. Even though the answers, the same boy make peace with security agents. We don't engage them. We are working hand in hand.
And so Peter went to buy food.
He went to buy food, for goodness sake.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
And then he was shot.
He was shot by Omateku.
But they said there was a robbery around. Was it truly a robbery?
Not Mokola Aziz. Alaro, far distance.
Alaro, and some people were being pursued from Alaro to the Leventis area.
Is it this thing? Is it Mokola? And do you know what? I got interview. They said the fourth day we took the body easy demonstration, no crime, no violence, no fighting.
I saw pictures where the corpse of this young man was placed on a Keke Marua, and they were protesting
around. So the
around.
whole world should see what is happening. Shey Makinde tried, but these boys, they are too arrogant. Even on our way going, they still attack us.
Who attacked you?
Omateku.
Are you sure they are Motekun officers?
Yes.
Are you sure
they? Dandaru. But their boss against them. Calm down. These people are protesting. These people are in tears, sir. You see, Omateku of a person. Are you with me? I remember during civil defense, it took them a long time before they give them gun. Even to the extent, in pipeline, they started with gun. Before they match them with police or Nigerian army.
Okay.
They are disciplined.
MM. I want to get a point.
Yes.
I want to get a point.
Yeah.
To our listeners there, I have with me again in the studio.
Yes.
The boss, the direct boss of this young boy who was killed. The name of this boss is Taiwo Sharif. Okay. Taiwo Sharif is with me here in the studio. Taiwo Sharif.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please speak to the mic.
All right, sir.
Be audible enough.
All right, sir.
Yeah, that's if you're watching us on YouTube and on Facebook, you will see Taiwo Sharif here. Taiwo Sharif, you were with Peter Okafor that night.
Yes, we worked together all night.
You worked together with him all night, right?
Yes.
You worked together with him all night.
Yes.
Who sent him to buy food?
Nobody sent him.
So what happened that night at work?
When we finished work at around 2 a.m., I gave them place to sleep. I told them to go and sleep. So I had them discussing that.
Where's your office?
Our shop is at number 47 Alafia Street, Mokola.
Okay.
So when we finished work, I went to sleep on the bench. I gave them where to sleep and they agreed. So while they were on place, they are resting their body. I heard them saying they want to go and buy food. I told them that they shouldn't go now. They should let it to be around 4. That people will start passing out.
Do they still sell food at Mokola till 4 a.m.?
Yes, Mokola is a bubbling area.
Okay.
It's a commercial area.
Okay.
Even when we are sleeping, I see hearing footsteps, people going up and down. We are hearing people shouting, talking, fighting on the streets. That's how Mokola is always bubbling. Mm-hmm. So when I told them not to go, then I went to sleep. I slept off and just then I had gunshots. So immediately I had gunshot, I stand up and I saw one of my boss. He came back in and said, Amotekun are shooting at us. Just then I saw their van. He stopped in front of our shop. They were staring at us and we were all staring at them and then they drove off. So the next one.
So they actually came to Mokola?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I saw the vehicle. So the number on the vehicle is 012. So I saw the number myself. So just then another boy came in and said, Peter has been shot. I was like, he was pranking me because we are always joking. I said, why are you saying this rubbish about this boy in the early hours of the morning? And he said, it's a lie. I started hearing noise. I just jumped across the gutter and saw people standing. They are crowd there already. In just few seconds, they are crowd here already.
So the point is this. You, Taiwo Sharif, and Peter Okafor and the others, you guys worked together that night.
Yes, we
let's establish that he was in the printing press that night.
Yes, he was.
And he worked there till what time?
Till 2 a.m.
Till 2 a.m.
Yes.
Before he left to buy food.
Yes.
That is a story of Taiwo Sharif, the boss to this young boy, Peter Okafor. Many questions. Many things to be unraveled, but Peter is no more. Peter can tell his story. He is no more. The mother is at home. Some people from the Mokola end, that's some youths from Mokola, a representative of the youth is here. She's not happy. She's been crying here in the studio. It's so pathetic. You listening at home, we'll open the phone lines later on to hear your thoughts on this. On Facebook, I can see Adex Arike, Idiat Olajuwon Aduniade, and Nafisat Wahabi there. I appreciate your messages there. We can get that. You can also join us on YouTube and on Facebook. Peter is no more. Peter's mom will lie down at home. Nobody to give her those little stipends she gets. Ogechi would not see her brother again as he lies there in the morgue at the Adioyo Hospital. It is the Podium 132 FM 94.9. What does Peter's mom want? What does Mrs. Ifoma Okafor want? She made her demands known. Let's listen to Ifoma Okafor.
The work where the boy is supposed to do for me and the junior one, Oyo State governor must take care of my children and me too, because I don't have husband. Now the boy my husband. Yes. I want justice for my son, and they will finish all the work we're supposed to do, because I don't know, maybe na governor tomorrow. I don't know, maybe na president tomorrow. They just kill the boy like that.
Did you listen to that woman there? She says she doesn't know if her son was supposed to be the governor tomorrow or a president tomorrow, but his life was cut short at 16. You want to listen to her again? Let's listen to her again.
the work wey the boy is supposed to do for me and the junior one, Oyo State governor must take care of my children and me too, because I no have husband. Now the boy be my husband. I want justice for my son, and they will finish all the work we're supposed to do, because I don't know, maybe na governor tomorrow, I don't know, maybe na president tomorrow. They just kill the boy like that.
It's still the podium on 32 FM 94.9.
Sir.
Mustafa Mohammed. Security in Mokola. Let's look at it. Mokola has been relatively peaceful for a while. Until what happened. Yes. Is there... Are your boys shaking?
They were in sad mood. Sad mood.
Is there any shaking in Mokola right now from the security end?
No shaking.
Have you been working together with Amotekun?
Yes. Thank you very much. That particular point, the whole community, Mokola community, our community house, we are renovating it for them now.
For the core?
For the core at Tony Kokoro, at the back of the premier. As we love them, we work together. But among them, especially this team, sir, if the commander denied what happened in Oje 2 weeks ago, Okeado, the same error, Songo, the same error, Mokola again. How long? And this man is at home. He's not on field like us and continue protecting. He make 2 statements. All those guys, they were not in Mokola. But later, they said they chased the arm robber to this Obakibi school 1, who is fooling each other.
I've been trying to establish connection with the Amoteku commander. Unfortunately, he gave his word that he won't be able to come to the studio this morning. We're trying to see if we can connect through to him via telephone. And let's get to hear from him again live on this program this morning. However, I'm still speaking with here. He says they have a synergy with the core, and these guys have been working together until that fateful Wednesday morning. You want to have your thoughts on this? Please, when you're contributing, try as much as possible to be civil. Let's not allow our emotions becloud our thoughts. You can join this conversation 070 55000 949 080 7000 949 070 55000 949 080 97000 949. We've been discussing, looking at the issue of Peter Okafor. Hello, good morning. Kindly make your contributions brief and don't turn down the volume on your radio set.
Yes, Mr. Adekunle calling from Ojo.
All right, let's have your thoughts this morning.
Yeah. The problem I'm trying to highlight with Amateku is that before the creation of this Amateku and other state security agencies, there is this tendency of negligence, and some of these guys are not well trained on how to handle rifles. I don't know if they should undergo some training constantly, maybe every month or three months, so that in time to come they know how to handle this kind of situation, and then maybe that will solve the problem at hand. Thank you very much, sir.
Radio station. Thank you for calling the radio station. 070-55000-949. Hello, good morning. Turn down the volume on your radio set if we must talk so that we can hear each other.
Hello?
Hello, good morning. Okay, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello,
okay, you can call us back. It's 32 FM 949 and the program is the Podium. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Go ahead, I can hear you.
Good morning. Yeah. First of all, let me first appreciate your station and the investigative journalism that you guys have been doing. There are things that we need to understand about security. All these people that they are being employed by Amotekun, even the police themselves, are they normally doing proper background check psychologically? Even the Nigerian army that are facing Boko Haram, they are not killing Boko Haram. They are meant to be arrested. So, or even if the boy is carrying gun, he was not supposed to be shot in the first place. So therefore, government needs to do proper psychological test for all these guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling the radio station. 070550949. One more call before I bring on the representative of the youth from the Mokola Axis. She has something to say. She's been sobbing all the while. I want her to get herself first. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, hello, good morning. All right, 070550949, 08097,949. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah, the only impact I want to make on this program is
Your name and where you are calling from. What's your name?
hello.
What's your name? Okay, you have to call us back. I can hear you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling from Ogun State.
You're calling from where?
Ogun State.
From Ogun State. All right, let's have your thoughts this morning.
What they do for the boy is not good. They're supposed to ask questions before they shoot. Be you an officer or anyone, if you want to do something or to have a lawyer in your hand, you need to dictate what the person is, or you need to know the type of person it is before you shoot. A young man alive as like that is not good. The government will do something about it.
All right, thank you for calling the radio station. Ogechi, are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
You're there with me?
Yes, sir.
You can't see Peter again. Yeah. It was after you Peter came, right?
Yes, sir.
How many are you in the family?
6.
You're 6 plus your mom 7, right? And so Peter was the first boy.
Yes.
Peter was writing WAEC, right?
Yes, sir.
He wrote his exams on Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Before he went to hustle at the printing press, right?
Yes, sir.
On Wednesday, and he never came back home.
Yes, sir.
What would you miss about Peter?
That boy named Peter, which is my brother, is not only hardworking, he's so intelligent. Very, very intelligent. Even his NECO, it was the VP that paid for him because of this intelligence.
It's okay. It's okay. The representative of the youth in the community, she wants to speak. I think she's gotten herself now. She knew Peter very well. Good to have you on the podium, Nkechi.
Thank you, Mr. Chike.
You're so distraught. You have many of them as friends in the area.
Yes.
Was Peter an armed robber?
No, he was never an armed robber.
Can you speak up a little bit?
No, Peter Okafo is never an armed robber.
What was the mood like that morning, that Wednesday morning, when the young man was gunned down?
Right now, I'm still in the shock. I feel like I should just wake up from the dream. But I have to accept that it is a reality.
Ogechi is still crying. She will miss her brother. She will miss her brother. Now she has the responsibility of taking care of 5 other kids or 4 others, right? 4 others, including yourself. The pressure is there. Do you miss your dad? You've not seen him for a long while now. For about 3 years, you've not seen him.
Yes, sir.
According to your mom, he went out. He's a biker. He went out, a commercial biker. He went out, picked up a passenger, and 3 years ago, up till today, you don't know if he's alive, you don't know if he's dead, you don't know where he is.
Yes, sir.
Is this not a circumstance? And the person you see as your dad is no more.
Yes, sir.
What's your message to the governor of your state?
The only message I have for him is that.
Can you speak up a little?
The only message I have for him is that he just have to take the responsibility. Because my brother was very, very hardworking. Anytime he comes back from work, no matter the amount, he's still going to divide it into 2. Give it to my mom, then give me the one I'm going to save for him. The state governor should take the responsibility because my mom, she has just been fainting and I don't even know.
She's been fainting. She'll be strong. She'll be strong. She'll be strong. I spoke with her. It's not been easy.
Yes, sir.
It's not been easy. But she'll be strong. Peter is no more. The hardworking Peter is no more there. The pressure now lies on Ogechi. How old was Peter? Some say he's 15, some say he's 16, some say
he's 16.
He's 16. When did he celebrate his 16th birthday?
March 31st.
March 31st. Wow. All right. It's still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. We'll still have, this is not the end of this program. We'll still do some more background checks. We'll still follow up this story. Peter's mother says she wants justice for Peter. Let us listen to that woman again. Let's listen. In case you're just joining us for the first time, we've been talking about Peter Okafor, the young man, a 16-year-old boy who was killed on Wednesday, the 18th day of August 2021. Let's listen to his mother.
My name is Ifoma Okafor. I'm a mother of Peter Okafor. I'm staying for Mokola. Peter go to work. He used to stay, and I'm aware of the work. She told me before he leave home. As he go to work, then walk with his oga till 2 o'clock in midnight. Then be 4 of them, then go buy food for down there. Then meet Omoteko people, then kill my boy for nothing because the boy is not a thief. He's not anything. You don't hold anything. Just hold the money where you won't use to buy food. Because the work where this boy they go since 2018, then they look for my husband. My husband go work, she no come back with Okada. And if this boy go night, is the SS3 boy, he dey do WAEC for hand. And after the school, she will go work. After she work the paper where they work, he will come and give me money for food and the junior ones. Immediately when they call me for this place, I run go outside there. Around after 2. And me too, I hear the gun 3 times. Barara, barara, barara. I say wetin happen for Mokola, I be thief enter Mokola. Within some minutes, they knock this door. Mommy Peter. Omoteko don shoot Peter. Omoteko don shoot Peter.
You listen to her there. She just gave a brief of what happened that night or that morning. And then she goes ahead to make a plea. What is her plea? She wants justice for her slain child.
The work where the boy is supposed to do for me and the junior one, Oyo State governor must take care of my children and me too because I no have husband. Now the boy my husband. I want justice for my son. and they will finish all the work we're supposed to do, because I don't know, maybe na governor tomorrow, I don't know, maybe na president tomorrow. They just kill the boy like that.
Mazino Obaro Ikime, good to have you in the studios of 32 FM 94.9.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
Did you listen to that woman there? Very pathetic story, right?
Very, very heart-rending story. It's amazing that the people that have been recruited to help safeguard lives and property in Oyo State or in the western, southwest part of the country have now become people that are doing the exact same things that about the police doing, killing people at random. I mean, what is it that the boy could have done to provoke such an action? I can't understand it. Even if he was being stubborn or whatever, you could restrain him, you could place him under arrest. Why did they have to shoot him? They've cut short the life of a very young chap. And you see, we have this penchant for wasting our future. And it's very, I really pray that the state government will look into this matter critically and not begin to play games because maybe they think that this boy was nobody. He's somebody to his people, he's somebody to his family, his mother, his sisters, all his siblings. He was a human being. And his life has been extinguished for no just cause. No just cause.
All right, we have to go to another segment of this program. But before we leave, Mustafa Mohammed,
Sir.
You're the Chief Security Officer of Mokola Axis. What is your advice to the corps, and what is your advice to the team in public, the people of Mokola?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chike. You see, as I've said, the state governor has done so well. But you need to check them. Check these boys. Because most of these boys, some of them, I'm very sorry what I'm saying now. They are bricklayer, carpenter, abede. They gather them. No, after some months, you give them a gun. And these people, they take, that is my advice. They should check them. They are not matured to be holding gun. Thank you. As I've promised you, all my security outfit will still continue our good work. And Mokola is free in crime.
All right, thank you, Mustafa Mohammed, for featuring on the podium this morning. Ogechi Okafo, the elder sister to the deceased, she is here. She is so distraught. She won't see her brother again. Peter is no more. Taiwo Sharif, the boss of the young boy who was killed, is also here. They were together that morning before he went to buy food and was shot allegedly by the Amotekun Corps. Nkechi Cyril is a representative of the Mokola youth. They all featured on the podium this morning. The story is not over. We keep doing what we know how to do best. We keep investigating and looking into all these. Peter's mother says she wants justice. Will she get justice? We'll go on this break, and when we come back, I'll be discussing with Obaro Ikime. We'll be looking at several issues. Don't go away. I am Chike Obogu.
FM
94.9.
Oh yes, your long-awaited Citadel of True Education for the Rare Gems, Monarch Model College Challenge Ibadan. Intelligence with good character makes up the real goal of True Education. Parent and guidance, connect your child to the arena of kings and queens, where quality and sound education is undoubtedly available. It's a government-approved school that stands tall, among others, with the best and globally acceptable standard of teaching, beautiful and hygienic learning environment, professional subject teachers, well-ventilated classrooms with small class size, ultra-modern science laboratory, standard music lab, standard computer laboratory, maximum security with CCTV surveillance. School buses are also available, all with affordable school fees. Admission is ongoing into GSS 123 and SS 122 classes. Application forms are available at Monarch Model College, plot 8687 Polariwa Street, behind Equa Church, Police Post, Challenge Ibadan. 0069799661. Website www.monarchmodelcollege.org. Monarch Model College, a community of kings and queens.
Ah, babe,
I can't believe I won't see you again till next week. I've really missed you.
Nah, I miss you more.
That's impossible because I miss you more.
Me, I miss you like Ilode.
Oh my. Wow, babe. We've been talking for like forever. Oh yeah. Time to hang up.
No, you hang up.
Okay. Let's hang up on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. You didn't hang up.
Neither did you, Joe.
That's because I don't want to stop hearing your voice.
Aw, babe.
Your pillow talk doesn't have to end when you talk all day long for just 11 co per second to all networks. Dial star 311 hash to get talking right away.
Glow Unlimited.
It's time to activate your mind with creativity. Switch Creative Hub is a school of digital arts, design, and animation. Come and learn from experts in graphics and web designs, digital drawing, and painting with character modeling, cartoon, and animation. Visit our site at switchcreativehub.com or any of our centers at 1 Are Avenue, opposite Food Co. near Bodija, Ibadan, or 1 Abayomi Street on Joyce B Road before Kakanfo Inn off Mobile Ring Road, Ibadan. You can call us on 081-8333-9007 or 081-4480-7810. Switch Academy on Instagram and Facebook. Ibadan, get ready to switch and upgrade your world.
This ad will not focus on telling you why you need to migrate or study in Canada. Rather, we'll focus on getting you there. We are A3 Immigration Incorporation, authorized by Citizenship and Immigration Canada to give advice and represent foreign nationals who are looking to obtain a Canada visa and enter Canada on a permanent or temporary basis.
And to clear your doubts, you can check with our ICCRC number R707544. We are recognized by the Canadian government. It's not so hard to get into Canada. You've just been talking to the wrong people.
You should call 0913-660-1125 or +1 587 43 444 23
or 0817 600 1000.
0913-660-1125 or +1 587 43 444 23
or 0817 600 1000
or visit a3immigration.com.
When the people became silent,
the government became oppressive. It's time to lend your voice to politics.
On 32 FM 94.9.
Safasa pelisizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Yamula mola Hainipo kalize Wemaye wemodo.
Welcome back. It's still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. The Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. Do you think it is America's unwinnable war? Do you know the history? Afghanistan has been in conflict for over 40 years, and as of today, it is the longest war by America. In 1979, the Soviet Union invaded the country to support the Afghan communist regime against some pockets of rebellion. And on December 24th, 1979, the Soviet Union invades Afghanistan under the pretext of upholding the Soviet-Afghan Friendship Treaty of 1978. As midnight approached, the Soviets organized a massive military airlift into Kabul, involving an estimated 280 transport aircraft and 3 divisions of almost 8,500 men each. Within a few days, the Soviets had secured Kabul, deploying a special assault unit against Tajbek Palace. Elements of the Afghan army loyal to Hafizullah put up a fierce but brief resistance. And on the 27th of December 1979, Babrak Kamal, exiled leader of the Pacham faction of the Marxist People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan, PDPA, was installed as Afghanistan's new head of government. and the Soviet ground forces entered Afghanistan from the north. The Soviets, however, were met with fierce resistance when they ventured out of their strongholds into the countryside. Resistance fighters called Mujahideen saw the Christian or atheist Soviets controlling Afghanistan as a defilement of Islam as well as of their traditional culture. Proclaiming a jihad, they gained the support of the Islamic world. The Mujahideen employed guerrilla tactics against the Soviets. They would attack or raid quickly, then disappear into the mountains, causing great destruction without pitched battles. The tide of the war turned with the 1987 introduction of the US. The shoulder-launched anti-aircraft missiles. The Stingers allowed the Mujahideen to shoot down Soviet planes and helicopters on a regular basis. The new Soviet leader then, Mikhail Gorbachev, decided it was time to get out of Afghanistan. Demoralized and with no victory in sight, the Soviet forces started withdrawing in 1988. The last Soviet soldier crossed back across the border on the 15th of February 1989. About 15,000 Soviet soldiers were killed in the war. And from 1979 to 1989, the Soviet Union then, which you know today as Russia, withdrew their forces from Afghanistan. And in 1992, there was a full-blown war in Afghanistan. It enabled the Taliban to grab power in 1996, and they took over Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan, and declared an Islamic Republic in 1996. They went on, and then in September 11, 2001, America was attacked. The same America that helped Afghanistan pursue the Soviets from Afghanistan in the 80s. They were attacked. And then, fast forward from 2001, September 11, remember that 9/11 attack at the World Trade Center? 4 coordinated terrorist attacks by the Wahhabi Islamic terrorist group, the Al-Qaeda, against the United States on the morning of that Tuesday, September 11, 2001. Consequently, America invaded and toppled the Taliban government in Afghanistan because they shielded Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. 20 years after, the year 2021, the Taliban have taken over Afghanistan again. They've taken over the capital city of Afghanistan. What are the implications? How did they achieve this? They had the local appeal as they made the people love them more and hate the democratic government. They had access to drugs, money and opium poppies, which is widely cultivated in Afghanistan. They reportedly had support in forms of funds and intelligence from the neighboring Pakistan and Iran. They now have over 85,000 troops with many training camps across Afghanistan, having taken over nearly all the 34 provinces in the country. There is chaos in Afghanistan. There is chaos in the country. The people, the Afghans, are presently fleeing the country with vehicles left on the roadsides and airport tarmacs overrun by citizens looking for flights to catch. Many are crossing the borders via the deserts, while some have done it. Some have gone into hiding, especially those scared of becoming political prisoners. What happens next in Afghanistan will be determined by some basic questions I'll be asking this morning. Mazino Obaro Ikime, a public affairs commentator, is with me on this segment of the podium this morning. Good morning once again, Big Zino. Will the new Taliban government run the country different from how they did from 96 to 2001? You know, as they've been promising from their press conferences and all that, following what happened recently?
Well, it's very difficult for me to say. But every country that has... First of all, let's also understand that there's something called an Islamic revivalism going on across the world. We see the effects in Nigeria itself, with the Boko Haram, Islamic IPSWA, whatever it's called. ISWAP.
Yeah.
Now, the way a government is run in today's world is supposed to be progressive and modern. They have declared an Islamic state, and with all due respect, it seems as though anywhere those type of governments exist, there's repression. The mode of administration of justice is radical, swift, and often brutal. I don't know whether the Taliban will evolve some of their strategies and become a more futuristic looking government. It's very difficult to tell. Thus far, we are, apart from people who are fleeing for personal reasons, we have not really seen any overt acts of aggression against the populace. And they are promising to embrace all who decide to come to their side. We saw how the National Army, I mean, that country was taken back by the Taliban without a gunshot being fired, more or less. And to me, that suggests that essentially the Afghans are sympathetic to the Taliban cause, probably as a result of religion and culture. And it was very easy for them to assimilate guys who were, until just now, enemies. But going forward, I think that it would be very important for us to keep a close look on Afghanistan. But then again, if I may get a little bit emotional, I think that it is high time that nation states, sovereign nation states, begin to do for themselves. The intervention of the Americas, the Russias, and so on and so forth is becoming jaded. They have their own challenges and they have their own problems.
Yes.
I think that they should stop physical interventions in these countries unless they are very gross abuses against humanity. But then we have the United Nations that can step in.
There's a charter.
Yes. But I think that even in Nigeria, nobody's going to come and clean up our mess for us. We constituted it ourselves. We should get to the point where we decide that enough is enough. I don't know how the Taliban are going to operate. It's early days yet. As the days unfold, it will be easier to analyze what it is they're saying, whether their words match their deeds.
They've made their demands known. They've brought out some rules and regulations. They have a way they want to run their government. But the question now would be, like what you were saying the other time, having these sovereign nations stand on their own without having interference from nations like Russia, America, and the likes. Will other nations that were supporting the Taliban as a proxy war against America agree to the modus operandi of this new regime? Looking at the fact that we have Talibans, terrorists, in quotes, taking over a government. All those people who have been supporting the Taliban against America, will they today come to support the Taliban with their new mode of operation?
It's more than likely. Most of the countries that were supporting them have the same Islamic bent. But in history, we have seen that Islamism is not necessarily retrogressive. I mean, we have Dubai, even Saudi Arabia. They are farming out their citizens to the best Western colleges.
You even have Kuwait.
We have Kuwait. We have the whole of the Emirates states are all almost predominantly, probably almost 100% Muslim. But they have looked at best practices and are adopting them. I do not know how the Taliban are going to operate. It's going to be very difficult for them to transform immediately. If at all they're going to transform, it's going to be in phases. It's going to be a few rough years for Afghanistan, for them to be able to confidence build and for them to be able to show themselves capable of running a modern Afghanistan state.
Taking over a government without gunshots, don't you think they have the support of the people? And now the people are still running away, being scared again.
That is the irony of the whole thing. But, like when you were doing the review, there are some people I know that will not be forgiven by the Taliban. Especially people who are at the forefront of the fight against them. They are naturally going to become political enemies and prisoners.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe that they are running away. But also, there's also a significant portion of the population that have come to assimilate aspects of Western life because of the incursion of the Americans. And from their perspective, it appears that that is a better way to go. They may not be willing to subject themselves to the whims and caprices of a purely fundamentalist state. And that's why I believe some of them are running away. And of course, no matter how we paint it, the United States of America is still a land of hope and opportunity. Yes, there's racism, there are all these things there. They may not even have handled this situation with Afghanistan properly or well, but most of those people who are fleeing believe that there's a better life for them out there.
In this war, very long war, do you think America would relax and say, we lost the war? Or do you think America will still come out to say, okay, we want to fight these people and make sure Afghan is taken over by us? You answer this question when we come back from this break. Don't go away, still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. I am Chike Obogu.
32 FM
94.9.
gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwòye àwọn òmòye tó lóye bó ti yẹ kí lànà ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tó tó gbangba sùn lọ yóò rí yàtọ̀ sáwọn ẹlẹ́bọ̀wọ̀wọ̀ tó lùgbòrò pa lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí ẹ̀sìn tó ṣíwájú níléèwé Monarch Model College Challenge Ìbàdàn.
àwòsífìlà làwọn èlò ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìgbàlódé tó sọnù síbẹ̀ àyíká iléèwé ọ̀hún rẹwà púpọ̀ ẹ̀rọ CCTV kámẹ́rà ń bẹ ní yàrá ìkàwé pẹ̀lú àpéjọ owó àwòmọ́ lè lọ lóríṣiríṣi àwọn akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ olùkọ́ tó kójú òṣùwọ̀n ní kọ́mọ lọ́dọ̀ wa yàrá ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì tó sọ wọ́n nílẹ̀ yìí gbà ọmọ kan kọ̀ǹpútà kan ní bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́kọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ń káwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wa láàárọ̀ lọ́sàn-án lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú owó iléèwé tí ò gún pa rárá.
ayò níléèwé Monarch Model College jẹ́ fún gbogbo òbí àtàlágbàtọ́.
ètò ìgbaniwọlé lọ lọ́wọ́ báyìí o sí ẹ̀ka ti JSS 1-3 àti ti SS 1-2 Monarch Model College wà ní plot 86 and 87 Polaniwa Street Police Post Challenge Ìbàdàn.
08069796961.
website www.monarchmodelcollege.org. Monarch Model College nìbàdàn ibùdó ìmọ̀ fáwọn afàṣẹwà lẹ́yìn ìwà ọ̀la.
Are you a business owner interested in an alternate stream of income? Then you are qualified to sign up and become a Stanbic IBTC at Ease agent in your area.
Stanbic IBTC Bank is taking banking right next to the people. Credible bank agents are needed to sign up.
To confirm your eligibility and also sign up, please visit www.stanbicibtcbank.com now.
It pays to be a Stanbic IBTC at Ease agent. It pays to have an alternate stream of income.
Stanbic IBTC. It can be.
bí a bá ń polówó iléeṣẹ́ Yemson Enterprises nígbàgbà ó tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ nítorí ibẹ̀ nìkan lẹ ti lè rí ojúlówó ọ̀kadà alùpùpù alálòpẹ́ bíi Bajaj, TVS, Honda, Hero, Adway, Suzuki tó fi mọ́ àwọn ẹ̀rọ amúnáwá jẹnẹrétọ̀ eléyìí tó kojú owó bíi Elipa, Fayama ṣe mátàn yín iléeṣẹ́ Yemson Enterprises kì í bá wọn yọ èrà tí ò lọ́mọ nù ìdí ẹ̀ rèé tó fi jẹ́ pé ojúlówó nìkan ní gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń tà níléeṣẹ́ wọn lówó tí ò gani lára ṣé wọ́n ní gan ni àfijì ìròyìn ò támójúbà ìwọ náà lè kàn sí wọn níléeṣẹ́ wọn tó wà ní nọ́mbà 4 olówó tí fowó ṣàánú shopping complex Ìwó road Ìbàdàn ẹ̀ka iléeṣẹ́ wọn tún wà ní Àkànfẹ́ Amúlòkó nílùú Ìbàdàn bó bá wá jẹ́ pé àpáta àti àwọn àgbègbè tó yíká nìwọ́ wà ó lè kàn sí wọn níléeṣẹ́ Yemson tó wà ní àdójúkọ ilé epo NIPCO Àpáta Ìbàdàn ó sì lè pè wọ́n sórí nọ́mbà yìí 0803-878-9238 0803-878-9238 Yemson Enterprises iléeṣẹ́ tí ò lẹ bọ́dì mọ́lẹ̀ nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan.
ó tún ti ṣí ilẹ̀kùn àti gbéṣiṣẹ́ ní Eastern Europe láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè bíi Ukraine, Poland, Lithuania, Czech Republic, Hungary àti Slovakia. Gbogbo akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ àtúnṣe ọwọ́ ṣẹ́ni tó mọ̀nà látẹ̀lé online dynamics ilé-iṣẹ́ tó mójúlẹ́jà àti bá ní ṣètò ìrìn àjò sórílẹ̀-èdè Canada ló tún gbé àǹfààní ńlá aláìlẹ́gbẹ́ yìí wá fún gbogbo ẹni tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ nílùú èbó. You can take advantage of these to live and work in Europe as some local employers in Eastern Europe are ready to hire skilled workers and artisans from all around the world. While you get your employment offer, accommodation accommodation, and work permit right here in Nigeria. Remember, you can study, work, and live in Canada. Commence the process now. Ẹ kàn sí Online Dynamics lónìí lájà kẹrin Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn tàbí lọ́fíìsì ọ̀rọ̀ number 25 Oyedoku Street, Àgọ́ One Day off Ìgbọ̀nùkẹ́ Unity Road, nílùú Òṣogbo. Telephone 0810-2738-145. With Online Dynamics, your overseas dream is a goal.
Here is the list of excuses that will no longer be accepted.
Otajigbe, I beg, give me your hotspot. I want my data, but this one too much.
Please, could you put your Wi-Fi on? I'm out of data and the recharge card seller has closed.
Oh, I would have recharged though, but I can't find my wallet.
Please, I've got cramps and I can't get up. Can you share your hotspots?
Oh no! Don't know where my internet token is and I need to quickly buy data. Please, could you share your hotspot till I find it?
Hey, Jumbo, I for buy data, but that recharge card seller need to ever get change. How good one?
Now there's really no excuse to ever be out of data with Glow Borrow Me Data. Dial *321# to borrow data now and pay later.
I beg, I fit share your hotspot. This rain hard. Make thunder no go fireman.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Egbògi kan ti délẹ̀ yìí. Egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe ni. Ó dára fẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi gan. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o.
Ojú rẹ̀ ṣàǹjọ̀lọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ kí làṣírí ẹ wà rí.
Veneto cleanser ni.
Já mi sí ọ̀rẹ́.
Veneto cleanser. Egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí bádọ̀tí ara wọ̀ yá ìjà rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n yẹbẹyẹbẹ. Inú tó ń kú tó ń dàrú gbòdògbòdò. Kò bára rẹ̀ èrí inú ẹ̀jẹ̀. Amọ̀nà ti dé o. Veneto cleanser. Egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí a fi ewé àti egbò ṣe ní ọ̀nà ti gbàlódé. NAFDAC Fòǹtẹ̀lù MA1 Nigeria Limited ni wọ́n gbé Veneto cleanser jáde. A wà ní nọ́mbà 17 Ọba Akínyẹlé off Adeogun Street, Aláàfin Avenue, Olúyọ̀lé Estate, Ring Road, Ìbàdàn. Telephone 08034051533. Fún títà àti rírà, ìwọ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Veneton cleanser, àmọ̀tẹ́kùn egbòogi tí ń ya gbogbo kòkòrò inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́.
Baálé mi, nọ́ọ̀sì sọ fún mi ní ilé ìwòsàn lónìí wípé ó ṣe pàtàkì fún mi láti sinmi díẹ̀ lẹ́yìn tí mo bá bí oyún inú mi yìí kí ara mi ba lè mókun dáadáa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, bàbá Junior ọ̀rẹ́ mi náà sọ fún mi. Ó ní kò dáa kí obìnrin bímọ léraléra. Ó sọ wípé àwọn ń fi ètò sí ọmọ bíbí.
Fífi ètò sí ọmọ bíbí bí àǹtí nọ́ọ̀sì ṣe pé gan-an nìyẹn. Ó sọ wípé oríṣiríṣi ìlànà ìfètòsọ́mọ bíbí ló wà. Èyíkéyìí tí ó bá ti wù mí ni mo lè ṣe lẹ́yìn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí ó péye. Ní àfikún, a tún lè ní oyún nígbàkúgbà tí ó bá ti wù wá.
Ìfètòsọ́mọ bíbí jẹ́ ọ̀nà pàtàkì kan láti fi àyè sílẹ̀ láàrin ọmọ kan sí èkejì nípa dídẹ́kun oyún àìròtẹ́lẹ̀. Fún àlàyé àti ìtọ́sọ́nà tí ó péye, ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ 080-000-22252 tàbí kí o lọ sí ilé ìwòsàn tí ó wà ní agbègbè tí ó ní àmì àwọ̀ olómi ewé láti yan ètò tí ó bá ọ lára mu. Àmú ìkéde yìí wá láti ọ̀dọ̀ àjọ tí ó ń ṣe àkóso ètò àlàáfíà pẹ̀lú ìbáṣepọ̀ Marie Stopes Nigeria àti ìrànlọ́wọ́ ìjọba Denmark.
In order to matter, matters of the state must matter to you. Matter to you.
If some people are crying that they are in darkness, they should go and hold those who vandalize the installation.
Let me say that the political crinkle.
Stay tuned to politics on 32 FM 94.9.
Safa sapeli sizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Yamula mo Kaniko kalize Wemaye wemodo Safa sapeli sizo simnyama Iwasafa Isizo saba Yamula mo Kaniko kalize Mayenge kala Pasafasa pelisizo sinyama Iwasafa Isizo sabatu Alamulava Kaniko kalize Wemaye wemodo
Welcome back. It's still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. Before we went on that break, we're looking at the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a country in chaos right now. Many Afghans are running away from their country. Let us look at Nigeria. Before we look at Nigeria, before we went on that break, I asked a question. I said, how will America and Americans respond to the 20 years of, would you call it a lost war or wasted, or 20 years of waste and shadow chasing, you know? How will they respond to that? Will they want to come back, or will the Biden government, Biden's administration, will he say, okay, let Afghan be, we're Democrats? Or do you expect Republicans to come up tomorrow and then say, no, we'll take over Afghan again from these Talibans?
Well, America has been there for like 2 decades with really nothing to show for it. They've spent resources, they've lost men, personnel, military and civilian, in the pursuit of this thing. The body language of Joe Biden tends to suggest that America is done with the
Afghanistan
right.
war.
Now, maybe there could be interactions, political interactions
with the
Taliban, if the Taliban are seen to be evolving and modernizing their ways. Right now, we cannot tell that they are going to do so. But America, there's no guarantee that if America goes back after like 20 years, they will be able to make any impact in Afghanistan. And you see, there's a big problem for the Americans. Almost, I think like close to 90% of the Afghanistans are from a totally different religion as the Americans. State religion, Islam. The culture is different. I don't even think that even after all these years, the Americans have come to terms with what it is that propels the people to think like this, to operate the way they operate. Are they after government for government's sake? Well, I guess, when you control the entire paraphernalia of government, you can say, oh yes, I am now in charge, I'm now in authority. That's what the Taliban want to do. I don't see the Americans, at least not going in there with military capacity after this.
But what if it happens? Don't you think it's going to be a disaster?
If they go back now, it won't be a carrot and stick approach. It will be full-fledged war. And I don't really believe that the American people outside of government are prepared for America to fight another seemingly needless war. I mean, what are the benefits, really, to America of having a stable Afghanistan? As far as I'm concerned, the Russians will never go back there again. Before, that was why the Americans moved in, because the Russians were there and the Cold War was on.
Yeah.
Things have changed radically since then, And I don't see the Americans standing to gain anything, except maybe their bilateral relations, which include trade and commerce, such things. But to say that they will go there and go and fight to try and... the whole world is even tired of America's intervention. They say they call themselves the policeman of the world and all that. So many people are tired of these things that the Americans do. And you cannot continue to go and foist your own precepts on another people, irrespective of whether you think what they're doing is right or wrong.
At least you just respect their sovereignty.
Yes, exactly. So I don't think they're going to go back. There's a comment you made earlier on when we're off air about will the United Nations and such international bodies recognize
the Taliban
government because of their antecedents of terrorism.
Yeah.
Well, they may be left with no choice, or they may sanction them and remove them from that body, which means that it will become even more bizarre. Women are like fifth-class citizens, for example. They are not really embracing Western education. In today's world, you cannot afford to be operating like that, irrespective of what your religion is.
Probably an ideology which they stand for.
That is what they stand for. It's like the religion has now also become like a political movement. You rip people into it so that you can bend them to do your will. not necessarily because you want to have an interactive session with your people. It's almost like an absolute, it's like a dictatorship. And that's the way we have seen them operate in the past. Whether they can change is left to time.
Let's narrow it down to Africa. Now, the effect of the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan, do you see its effects, ripple effects on Africa? Then we look at the micro level, Nigeria.
Apart from support, in the sense of people jubilating that the Taliban have taken over across Africa, and of course Islamic Africa, I don't really see, quite frankly, the situations that existed in Taliban have not really existed in some of the African countries that are supporting the Taliban government. And it's not the country that are supporting, it is people within the country that are supporting. Individuals. Like we even had here, there was a lot of jubilation in places like Kano and so on after the Taliban took over. But that's sympathy for the religion. And I look, you know, the world has moved at a pace that is so frightening. The modernization, technology, everything points against this type of lifestyle. Even in Nigeria North today, we have seen how it is that the people from the northern part of the country, even though they've held power at the center for the longest period of time, are still the most backward people because of that abhorrence to education. So all these guys who have been recruited into Boko Haram,
the repentant Boko Haram,
all that, they are people who have not been trained in their minds. So it's easy for them to become recruits for terrorism. And I'm sorry to say this, but the North is beginning to feed on itself in Nigeria. Because, okay, it affects us what's happening over there. But the truth of the matter is this: they are more brutalized by their own people than we are down south. Of course, there might be little pockets of Boko Haram and co. in the southwest, in the south, banditry and all that. But predominantly, the North has turned against itself. Why the people in the North, especially the elite, cannot see this and raise a voice against it is beyond me.
Probably because of the oligarchic system of the practice of oligarchy.
It's a feudal system that they have adopted, which also comes back to their own understanding of Islam. Because we have Yoruba Muslims.
Yes.
I don't know of Yoruba Almajiris, for example. No. They go to both schools, the Oyibo school and the Quranic school.
Yes.
Usually Quranic school after
the mainstream school.
Then even the Muslim schools, they are teaching Western education there,
yes,
in addition to Quranic education. So there's a balance. And we have never really seen a Muslim Christian uprising in the South. I've lived in this town now for 56 years. I've never seen where there's major problem in Sabo. Those guys, they live harmoniously with their hosts.
Yes.
But up north, it's totally different. And I fear for what is going to happen to this country, because it does also look as though there's some tacit approval or acquiescence by the federal government towards all these things that are happening in our country. Who would have believed 20 years ago that we'll have fundamentalists in control of at least 4 local governments in
Borno State?
And when you say repentant Boko Haram, for example, you see, when people repent of an ideology, first of all, let me even qualify, I don't think it's possible to repent of an ideology because, yeah, it's part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But even when you do surrender arms and all that, what quality of debriefing, psychological and psychiatric evaluation is being given to these people?
Given to them?
Probably nothing. Just come and introduce people back into the communities. You see, it doesn't happen that where a conflict is raging, that you introduce former belligerents into that same society where they've killed women and children, raped, slaughtered, taken for ransom. You see, the government is playing games with itself and with our lives. And that's where my fear lies, because I don't know how much longer this state of affairs can can continue.
But don't you think the government itself, I don't want to use the word being deliberate, but don't you think government itself will at some point have to, without recourse, turn things around? Because it is getting to a stage whereby the people are being conscious of what is truly happening. And we don't want people to rebel. And I don't think the federal government of Nigeria will wait to the point where people will rebel.
If I said that I had confidence in this government, I'll be telling a big lie. We've had like 12 years of terrorism in Nigeria. Now, 12 years. Okay, this present government has not been in power for 12 years, but been in power for 6 at least. And in those 6 years, things have escalated rather than gone down. I do not, you see, we hear, the stories are daily. Like kidnapping, for example, has become an industry. Now, if the government, and we have also heard from several northern leaders that force is not the way out. So what is the way out? Is it negotiation?
You don't negotiate
with terrorists. And then again, negotiation and pleading is not going to work. You see, because whether we want to accept it or not.
So what will work?
Nothing is going to work except force. And the government is not going to use force against the people. Because to a considerable extent, let's look at the security forces. Practically all of them, not practically, all of them are held by northern people. Are they going to turn on their own brethren? I don't see it happening. We have allowed this thing to become an albatross around our necks. And the government doesn't have a clue as to how to redress the issues. You see a man like Sheikh Gumi, he goes into their encampment, meets with them, negotiates with them, takes photographs with them.
Yeah.
So he knows where they are, which should also translate to the fact that the government knows where they are, because he always goes with escorts, security escorts.
Yeah.
But nobody's touching them.
He understands their modus operandi.
He keeps saying, let's treat them like we treated the militants in the Niger Delta. Now, I'm from the Niger Delta. I don't like that violent thing that those boys do. But we could see what the cause was.
There was a cause,
Is
right?
there any? No. We're not. Wait. When they say Igbo man wants to remove himself from Nigeria and so on and so forth, and now the Yorubas are hankering for their own nation, it's because of these inequalities. And the president is aloof.
But you can never have an egalitarian society.
You can't have an egalitarian society. There's no egalitarian society. But we can have societies that work. That's why the president goes abroad for treatment in England, when he knows that the healthcare delivery system here has almost collapsed. So we can improve it. Look, in all these years, he's the one with the major health challenge, whatever it is. Even the Aso Rock Clinic is not up to standard. He has had enough time to build state-of-the-art hospitals in all the geopolitical zones, so that some people won't feel cheated. He has not done it. People are saying, he's doing it. Look, man, I'm tired of hearing about the railway line from here to Lagos. Bullshit. Excuse my language. It doesn't mean anything. I entered trains like that in Kenya when I was in, Form 5. How many years ago that was? Trains like the one we are celebrating now. What is happening in this country? We are falling apart. We are falling apart, and nobody seems to be concerned. Unless, of course, in some roundabout way, that breaking up is their agenda. However, can they sustain themselves without the South? We can sustain ourselves without them.
You think so?
Yes, we can.
How?
Listen, the oil belongs here. Okay? Now, of course, we have all these fantastic projects. You want to pipe gas and stuff to Mina. To the other country, Niger and so on.
Republic.
But if the Niger Delta youth, for example, decide to wake up and say, we are crippling the economy of this country totally, they have the capacity to do it. We've seen it happen before. I pray it doesn't get to that. What is being produced? What is the northern part of Nigeria bringing to the table today?
They produce food.
Man, all that food that they produce, we can produce here. I'm a farmer. I know these things. Our women here will start having to use Yoruba tomato. They say they don't like it because it has too much water. We'll have to learn how to use it. You see what happened the other time when they said they were not going to bring
onions?
Yeah, what happened? They suffered major losses because even the countries they were thinking would be able to absorb them, like Chad and Niger and all those, they don't have the market power. What are they bringing to the table? The South has been subsidizing the North from even before independence. There are historical documents to that effect.
The giant of Africa.
Let's not even use that terminology again.
But it's still there. The giant of Africa.
We are giant in numbers alone. We're not infrastructural development.
Economically?
Where? How is the economy for you?
Educationally? Politically?
The education part of it is the one that makes me feel extremely bad. We have our doctors and our professionals going out there and excelling. Why are they excelling over there? Because there's a level playing field and there's an enabling environment. It's not existing here.
There's a working system.
Over there. Yes. It doesn't. It's in abeyance.
But we can fix here.
We can't.
You
if
and
there
I
is the
can fix here.
political will to do so. You see,
Must we wait for them?
No, we are not in tandem in this country. Don't you understand? We are not operating
on the same frequency,
and we're not reading from the same page. We're not even reading from the same book.
So are you telling me the North has its agenda, the South has its agenda?
We are being forced now to champion an agenda. We've been fooling ourselves for so many years. This union is a fractured union. Look, anytime, let's look at NSAS.
Yeah.
Now, those boys, that's before it was hijacked by hooligans. Those boys were trying to do something that would be beneficial to the whole nation. As soon as they enter like the second or third day, the youth in the North were not part of this. The rank identity system works for them. You believe that you should be poor. You stay poor and let one big man be giving you peanuts every day. If not, by now they would have wasted all these men. But they support it in a way. It's an indoctrination, which has not happened here. Look, I always tell people that the most dangerous people are Yoruba Muslims.
Why?
Because they know the Western way, they know the Islamic way, they marry the two, and they become formidable. So you cannot call one Yoruba man because he's a Muslim going in a big turban and be talking nonsense to him and tell him that go and kill your neighbor. He won't do it because in that next family, in that next house, there might be a family member who is not a Muslim. Tolerance is at its best in this part of the country, as far as I know. In the North, it's not so. You say men are selling beer. You go and break all their bottles, they damage all their crates, several billion of naira. Man, you're not compelled to drink the beer if you don't like beer. Follow your own religion. As we are talking here now, with all the calamities that have befallen us, if Buhari decides to go for a third term, the North will vote overwhelmingly for him. Because they don't know any better. They don't listen to reason, they don't listen to logic.
It's just their person.
It's just their person. That's why I say we're not reading from the same book. So we have to see this thing that they're trying to avoid, this thing about restructuring for whatever reason, is going to have to happen. It might cause a lot of bloodshed the way things are going, but it's going to have to happen.
We can avoid it.
If there's a listening ear, is there? That's the question. I don't see that.
Are you saying Mr. President wouldn't listen to Nigerians?
Does he listen? He doesn't listen and he doesn't talk.
He might be listening. Probably he's waiting for the right time to act.
Maybe he hears, but he doesn't listen. There are two different things. He hears, he doesn't listen.
He has people around him who make him listen.
These are charlatans who are feeding fat off the land. They don't care. It's for their pockets alone. And you see, at that level, though, that top level there's no ethnicity and there's no religion.
Are you saying the giant is on a precipice now?
The giant has been looking into the abyss for a few years. All we need to do is a little push and it's tumbling down.
But we can still lift that giant up.
If the giant wants to be lifted, does it?
I've been discussing with Obaro Ikime, a public affairs analyst. It's still the Podium on 32 FM 94.9. In case you've been listening to us since 8 a.m., we talked about an issue of the Mokola killings. And now we're looking at the Taliban takeover in Afghanistan, and we're looking at Nigeria as a whole. Nigeria will get better. There's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. If you and I pull hands together and say, enough is enough, we need to build a new Nigeria. The new Nigeria is feasible, right?
From where I'm sitting now, I'm not a killjoy and I'm not a prophet of doom. From where I am sitting now, I don't see a new Nigeria emerging unless there's a radical change in the thought process, the mindset of our leaders. And I'm also talking about leaders at the local level too. Listen, we have it quite good for us in the southern part of the country. But we are welded to the north. And those guys are drawing us back. Listen, there are criminals in Yoruba land, Delta State, Port Harcourt, all the bad guys are there. But the unprecedented level at which they are operating in the north, where lives are concerned, the wastage, it has probably only happened during the Civil War. if I had my way now, just I'm getting a little bit too old, I would leave this country. Honest. And then my parents are still alive and they are old people, so I have to be around them. But I would do everything within my power.
If you leave this country, how would we fix it?
Who cares? Does the country listen? What does the country do for you? What does it do for me? It doesn't do anything for us. We are striving against all odds to survive in Nigeria. I'm sure your wife is complaining about the amount of money you give her for food today. It's astronomical. Poultry feed has quadrupled in 2 years. What we're buying for 2006 is now 6,002. My brother, look, I don't have the stamina to crusade any longer. And I believe I've done my bit. Part of what I'm doing is what I'm doing here on radio.
There's some people who are at home who have given up. How do you raise their spirits? How do you make them believe?
The only way, GK, is to let them see definite transformation. Definite transformation. Look, I don't really believe in this thing that they do in the two parties, this rotation. North, south, north.
The zoning thing.
The zoning thing, yes. I don't really believe. I think it's the most capable. But when it's beginning to look like one part of the country will continuously produce the rulers and they want to perpetuate it, all these things we are hearing of, all Fulanis can come to Nigeria and become Nigerians, is part of the population game. But one thing they are forgetting is that you must have 25% across the board in all regions to be able to become president. Yorubas and Igbos, to me, are very foolish.
Why?
Because they don't know how to collaborate. They keep talking about what did this during the war. It was a war we're fighting. Look at Newi, look at Aba, look at Onitsha.
Yeah.
Now imagine if a serious government was in place and they pumped money into those commercial hubs. We'll be self-sufficient in many areas. The women have been making shoes from beginning before the war, making fabrics, making things. But we are the ones who say, this is about me, I can't wait. And they are not getting better because they are not getting encouragement. That's part of what IPOB is fighting about. It's time for the southern part of the country to put their heads together, forget selfish interests, and begin to talk constructively as to how they want to grow this country. Because we are not united in the south enough.
But we can fix it.
We can fix that. But we also have to have the right leader with the right character and the right charisma.
You say Mr. President doesn't have these qualities. 070-550-949. You can join the discussion. 080-970-949. Mr. President,
the president
has this
just came
charisma.
back, for example, from England, where he went for medical checkup, whatever.
And also an education summit, global education
summit.
summit.
Say there, because the man has not grown himself. You've been wanting to be president for 3 times before this. You now get the ticket. What have you done with the period that you have been in control? Absolutely nothing. When they say, they've built roads, the government is supposed to do those things anyway. I don't applaud anybody that retires a road. How many new roads have been built in the country today? New, hewn out of the forest. I'm tying a road from Lagos to Calabar. The guy obviously he lacks charisma.
Okay,
obviously.
How do we fix this? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You want to join this conversation? Okay, you have to call us back. I can't hear you. 070-550-949 and 080-970-949. Mazino,
right.
I believe in a Nigeria that will be conducive for every one of us in the nearest future. But we need to start from now. We don't need to look at these leaders, or we need to look at our immediate environment.
I believe that
if you say you're living and I live and everybody lives, who would be here to fix this system?
Who cares? At that time, who will care? You see, all of us, I believe, in our own little ways, are leaders. We try our best to influence our communities, our friends, our loved ones.
Yeah.
We provide for, we guide, we counsel, we help to lift. But there's a wider society that we all belong to that is not ready to receive.
You seem to have a problem with the northern ideology, the way they think.
I have a problem with it because it is non-progressive. It is non-progressive.
But majority of them are under the Progressive Party.
There's no Progressive Party in Nigeria.
As the name suggests.
Which one?
The Progressive Party. All Progressives
What we are
Congress.
good
It's a
at,
Congress of progressive
you know,
people.
You know what we are good at? We are good at
nomenclature, right?
Yes, and all these mantras. Nation building is not by word of mouth; it's by action, it's by deeds. You see, there's a significant difference between what you think, what you say, and what you do.
Mr. President went for an education summit.
Resident doctors are on strike here. This is the fourth time this year.
Yes.
Sure you understand?
Yes. Mr.
So,
President is on top of the matter. With the
how?
Minister of Labour and Productivity, Dr. Chris Ngige. He's also a medical doctor. They are on top of the matter.
Okay, what has been the results so far?
They're still dialoguing. There's this
Why
discussion.
is
ongoing.
it that the same reasons always come up? That means they're not dealt with astutely in the first instance. And that's the problem. You see, it's not just about throwing money at situations. This place here, UCH, do you know that the king of Saudi and his family used to come here for treatment? I've seen them land before in a helicopter in UCH. It no longer happens. That edifice, that place is a small town on its own. Do you imagine if UCH was well financed with all the equipment that is necessary? The president would not have to go there now.
Mazino, before we leave, if you were to be president of Nigeria for one day, what would you change? What would you fix?
What I would fix it. The first thing I would do is this. I would call all the constituent or congruent parties together and have a frank, bold, and decisive decision. Because the first question I'll be asking, do you guys still want to remain in this entity? If you do, these are some of the things that we are going to have to deploy to make sure that Nigeria stands. All this one of saying you don't want to have a conference. We've had conferences before, of course, and they've been a waste of time. But we've never been in such dire circumstances before. At the end of the day, of course, dialogue always helps. But we don't have the opportunity to dialogue with anybody.
I need you to be positive this morning. So what do we do before we leave?
I will continue to do what I do. I can speak for myself. I can speak for my family. We do the best we can do in situation. We help who we can help. We help the community in which we live in. We try to live above board. We uphold the rules. We try not to infringe on them. We try to make Nigeria better in our own little enclaves. But I don't know whether that's enough.
The program is The Podium on 32 FM 94.9. I am Chike Ubogo. I stood in for Oluwaseun Hezekiah Akinrede this morning. It's a wonderful Saturday morning. I hope you enjoyed this edition of The Podium. Next week, Saturday is another time. The station is 32 FM 94.9. Follow us on our social media platforms. 32 FM 949 Ibadan on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I walked alongside Dolapo this morning and Drutimi this morning. Until The Podium comes your way again next week, Saturday. Enjoy this morning, enjoy the weekend, and bye for now.
bọ́nà kan ò ṣe wọjà